So the 400, it's a fun race, it's a hard race, and I always tend to get pretty nervous beforehand. So when I'm in the starting block or when I'm getting ready to get in the blocks, I try to just calm my mind, think about something else, try not to worry about what's going to happen when I'm coming down the home straight. For me, I run a lot of 60 meters and I have some pretty good starting speed. And I know that, especially with the way that our body produces energy during a race, the first 80 meters or so are pretty integral. You can go as fast as you want. So what I try to do when I start a 400 is as soon as that gun goes off, I go as quick as I possibly can. I'm driving, I'm building, I see these guys in the outside lane, I want to catch them as quickly as I possibly can. If you can try to catch them by the end of the turn, I feel like that sets me up pretty well for that race. So for the first 60 to 80 meters, I'm just going all out, trying to run as quick as I possibly can so that I get in a good position for the rest of the race. So then coming out of that first 80 meters, you approach the first transition zone, the relay zone for the 4x100 meter. And that's my mental cue to know, okay, this is where I need to start tapering it back a little bit. It's a long race. I still have 300 and bit meters to go. I need to conserve my energy. So once I hit this mark, I tend to slow down a little bit, bring that 100% effort down to about 97, 98%. And instead of driving down the back straight, I try to float. Just try to maintain your speed, try to maintain that effort. Don't overdo it, don't exert it, because you still have to go all the way around and make sure that you finish as strong as you possibly can, which for me is tough. If I can build some distance on my competitors, I try to do that as well and just maintain until I see that 200 meter start line. Okay, so we're down the back stretch. So what I do now is I look for the 200 meter start line. That's how you know you're exactly at the halfway point. If you can get a quick glance at the clock as you look by, you can kind of get an idea of what your time is and how quickly you went through the first 200, which basically gives you an idea of how well the back half of the race is going to go. So for me, once I hit that number 4, that cue, I know, okay, I need to ease into this next turn. I need to start to prep myself physically and mentally to finish the race strong. So what I do is I kind of start to accelerate if I can through the turn. You're gonna start to feel it. You're gonna start to feel that lactic, and it hurts and it sucks, but it's a fun race and you gotta try to work through that mentally and physically. A way that sets me up well for the rest of the race. Try to maintain smoothness, try to be consistent with your form, and just trust your training at this point, because it is gonna hurt. You do still have half of the race left, but if you started the race well and you left something in the tank, you can still finish strong, hopefully. Okay, so then you're coming in through the last bit of the corner here, the 120 meter mark. This is where I know, okay, I need to exit this corner as fast as I can. I need to start picking up speed, and I just need to survive and make it to the end. So I start to kind of pick my knees up a little bit more, drive a little bit more, really get the arms involved. I find as I hit this point, I'm starting to fall apart. I really lose my technique and lose my form. So that's where the mental aspect comes really in handy. You have to remind yourself to pick up those knees, make sure you're pushing your feet back, get your arms involved. Try not to do the swimming move that I tend to do sometimes. Just maintain your form, because we still have 100 meters left to go, and you want to be able to actually finish this race on your 2 feet. Okay, so we're in the last kind of 30, 40 meters of the race right now. This is the worst possible part. It's the worst pain I've ever felt. And at this point, it's just kind of a survival game. Can I make it to the end? Am I gonna pass out? Am I gonna throw up? I don't know, we just have to get to the end. So at this point, it's really important. Keep those knees up, use those mental cues, remind yourself, okay, we just have to make it there. Hold your form together at whatever possible cost. Just try to finish. We're approaching the finish line. The vision is starting to blur. I'm getting tunnel vision. I'm trying to pass out. I'm thinking, okay, where did I leave my Gatorade? Do I have an applesauce to revive me after? And then you finish the race and we're done. Thank goodness. It's all finished.